Sit back and relax. You're chilling with Hex Asians. With your host, Crypto Vince, Uncle Kevin Hex, and Middle Class Working Man.
Hex Asians? Nice.
Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa! Emotional damage! Give me sushi!
Namaste Hexicans, welcome back to a new episode of Hex Asians with me, your favorite host, Dheeraj. uh, first of all, I want to say sorry for the delay. My computer is acting funny. It's like I had to reset the BIOS settings. I think its BIOS or CMOS battery is running low. But even though my laptop battery may be low, I am fully charged because I had some. Can you see this? Yeah, UCC cold brew black coffee. Let me know in chat what you guys were drinking. While we wait for a couple of more people to join, let me see who has. I already have two viewers. One is yes, of course, our producer Crypto King TYRH. Thank you. And he says free Roger Ver boom. So yes, that's a very important thing that everybody should unite on, despite whatever differences we may have regarding our choice of coins or whether or not you support crypto. But free speech and government overreach should be protested. That is why we need to protest the arrest of Roger Ver. Surprisingly, it occurred right after he published his book Hijacking Bitcoin, which kind of highlights how the government is subverting the Bitcoin network. And yeah, I still haven't read it, but I have kind of lived it. We have seen what has happened since the was that the hard fork, the first hard fork. Then again, it's a sad thing that he fell into the like fell for the narrative by who was that, CSW, Craig Wright, and he allowed the BCH or Bitcoin Cash Network to again be forked. Had it not, it might have been a different story. But long story short, we need to be supporting Roger Ver. I think on Twitter there is the handle hijacking Bitcoin. They are kind of having a setup so we can contact him directly, and I think they are kind of setting up an attorney. Yeah, I think he has enough money to be fight for the charges, tax evasion charges. Probably he will get a, if he plays everything smart, he will probably get away with a slap on the wrist. If he tries to kind of go the McAfee route, I don't think it's a good way to go about it. But we already know what is happening in crypto. Binance CEO CZ has been should be charged or found guilty of uh, avoiding sanctions or subverting anti-terrorist law, laws, something like that. But yeah, he's supposed to be sentenced to 4 months in prison, probably get out in two with a extra fine. But still, the attack on crypto is ongoing and continuous. We need to be together to be fighting against it. Sadly, that is not what I can see in the Hex community. It is still throwing shade at each other. My coin is better than your coin. I don't get it. See, I call myself now I'm starting to call myself a toxic Hex maximalist, mainly because hey man, like it's become like if you talk about Hex, you're a toxic. I don't know, or rather, the thing is, I don't like I tried out numerous coins during 2021 22. Most of them I didn't kind of get totally burned, but not good in general. Plus, we have seen everything that has been marketed to Hexicans slowly go down, if not immediately. Like recently, somebody posted the chart of those NFTs from the Hex community that migrated to Solana, uh, down and to the right. like yeah, so these people or so-called influencers come into the Hex community saying that they have a lot of clout, but they don't have anything outside the Hex community. And and that is my biggest gripe with them. Like, yeah, if you want to launch your own token, do it on Pulse Chain. Excellent. But reach try to get no coiners and people from other NFT or meme coin communities to join on Pulse Chain. But no, the all I can see that is happening is these guys are encouraging people to sell their Hex, Pulse X ink to buy their own token, and which they later on go to rug. I'm not going to uh, elaborate name names, but I guess everybody knows what is going on. And some of these names of these meme coins I find really disgusting. uh, like, but it's like yeah, memes, like I maybe I would have found them funny. Maybe it's just that I am a bit salty, and like I mm, blame the bear market for it, for me being salty. But yeah, like these jokes were like good for 13 or 14-year-olds. Like at this age, yeah, dig jokes don't cut it anymore. I like better comedy. Oh, I see J everything joining. What's up, TYRH again? If you haven't already, go check out his channel and his music video. The latest one he dropped. Shit, I forgot the name of it. But do check it out. Uh, so other thing I wanted to talk about was, yes, you know, the thing is, last week it has been kind of a roller coaster ride for me. And by the way, the title of the stream Midsummer Night's crypto fever dream. It is because, yes, like couple of days ago, I did have a kind of a crazy dream, and almost sometimes I think it is due to the high temperature. I may be uh, running out of electrolytes, but yeah, it is. No, I had a kind of a semi-lucid dream regarding crypto. I will describe it further, but where was I? I was saying that, yeah, the thing is, the main cause of the roller coaster is like, see, what happens is when you are something bad happens to you, you feel sad, but something bad happens to someone else, then you kind of tend to forget how sad you are, and maybe sometime, if you are like me, even enjoy the suffering of others, which reminded me, like, if you haven't been aware that there was a Bitcoin phishing attack where one guy lost around 1000 plus Bitcoin to a phishing attack, or to be exact, he lost wrapped BTC to a phishing attack, which means like uh, I shouldn't be happy about it, but like I said, sometimes it's like watching somebody slip and fall. Yeah, your immediate reaction is usually to be laughing. Yeah, maybe later you can go and give a helping hand, but it's just human nature. I'm laughing because how, like, why are you doing like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of transactions in a single transaction, like no testing whether you are sending the transaction to the correct address. Maybe, yeah, maybe you can blame e- Ethereum high gas fees for doing not doing a test transaction, but in the past couple of days, like, yeah, let me see what, yeah, the gas is decent, not everything, not all honky dory, I would say, but still right now it is 10 gwei, so it's affordable. So if you want to do a multi-million dollar transaction, you can probably send one test transaction. So that is one thing you should be doing. But anyways, you should not be doing multi-million dollar transaction. It kind of, I think Richard Hart has put out a tweet regarding it, like it kind of breaks the security, what, game theory or of the blockchain. Well, if your transaction is large enough, then you do have the, like, the validators are kind of incentivized to steal your money, where the slashing fee would be, uh, uh, the slashing penalty would be kind of small compared to what they would be getting from the hack. But this hack had nothing to do with that, but it was like whoever did it is kind of a social engineer is the right term. What they did was, one first, they tracked the wallet, and uh, then they traced the last transaction that was done by the wallet, and when then they generated an address that is similar to the last sent address, which and because on MetaMask, it only shows you the first four digits and last four digits of the address, those who are matching. So when the uh, victim tried wanted to send the his multi-million dollar transaction. He clicked on the previous uh, what the last transaction, which was actually a received transaction. I don't know how he didn't notice that, but yeah, that way uh, he sent the transaction to the wrong address, and the people, somebody got a big payout. Now, thing is, it was wrapped BTC, so probably if they want to, they can kind of block the transactions from the what you call scammer address, and try to retrieve the original BTC via the, I think it's the Bloxpo, or who are the custodians for wrapped BTC. I keep forgetting the name. Yes, not any, but what do we learn from this? Always check the address you are going to send a transaction to. If possible, make a small uh, transaction prior to make sure you are sending it to the right address, and don't make large transactions in general, which also applies to your trades. Yeah, your transaction, you can put in smaller buy orders consecutively instead of a one giant buy or sell order, because that way you can kind of wait for the markets to move in the direction you want and get better order execution. Anyways, I have been rambling. Where was I going? Like I said, that was one thing. We talked about Roger Ver. We talked about the hack on wrapped Ethereum, or rather wrapped BTC. Uh, Other things happening. Yeah, like I don't give any kind of limelight to any new projects being launched on uh, Pulse chain. No, but unless of course they involve hacks, and yeah, if you don't know or haven't uh, noticed already, there is a new protocol launched by Power Shitty called Flex. Basically, another lending protocol which uses a hex for uh, generating stable coins, algorithmic stable coins. Like, we have seen so many of them launched. We know like it's not really very useful for the protocol itself, like, and plus you are at a risk of getting liquidated on false notices, or on while you are sleeping the market may go down, or what is known are on what are known as scam weeks, like just to get you liquidated and go back up. So why take the risk? Like, and it makes even less sense when you are talking about hex. So that for that, like, it's use send your hex to the protocol, then you get stable coins out of it. You stake those stable coins and earn another token which you can use as LP or maybe or a stake to earn more tokens. Why all these unnecessary steps? Just stake your hex. If you aren't comfortable on a larger time scale, you can stake for shorter, or else you can use some of the pooled stakes, or you can create an HMI, or what was previously known as an HSI, which you can sell later. So why overall nothing good. Plus, when there is a lending protocol, people don't understand it, that it kind of incentivizes people to short the token that is being lent. So overall, it's not good for the protocol, in this case hex. Yes, I think there was an initial surge of uh, what you call initial surge in the hex price, which, yeah, like every dog has his day, I guess. So, but yeah, that after that initial pump, we are mostly going sideways and even down a little bit. Let me bring that up. Uh, but before that, let me share the my favorite chart on, rather, my favorite crypto chart. Let me share this. If this is, guys, if you can say something in chat, I even though I can go on for a little while, it becomes kind of weird, at least for me, to be talking alone. Please have some interaction with me. Uh, Let me see. Yeah. So this is the EHEX chart. I don't know. Some people are calling it the erection hex. Uh, I kind of like it. Oops, I did something. Yeah. So kind of moving sideways. The Bollinger Bands are again parallel. MACD is also parallel, even though it is kind of going down. So let's say it again, it's at the midline of the Bollinger Bands. Hopefully, we can get it to go back up from here. Uh, Otherwise, no. I am comfortable if it stays in this range. What is this? 0.0018, 0.002. Mm, yeah, it doesn't make much of a difference. But the main chart we should be looking at is hex pulse, the hex on pulse chain, the original hex. Don't call it p hex. There is no such thing as p hex. There is only hex and e hex. Again, same thing. Haikanashi. See, here things are a bit different. I think it, we saw this. uh, I can you see this, like the what do you call? Yeah, it's called a Darth Maul candle, just for the fun of it, because like it went down and went back up, and the price is again somewhere it was prior to the candle. So both. longs get destroyed, shorts get destroyed, and the price moves on. I think that happened right when that protocol launched. But this is Haikanashi. If you look at the real normal candles, you can see here. This looks like a hammer doji, at least to me. Yeah, kind of looks like a hammer doji. So it may be a sign of reversal. Again, MACD is looking positive. Bollinger Bands are contracting and starting to point upwards. And if you haven't, I think we have a monthly, yeah, monthly, yeah, the monthly chart doesn't work on this. So yeah, and we are around 1 cent. I had previously said that, yeah, we might see some resistance at 1 cent, and then at 1.2 cent, then 1.4, and so on and so forth. But slowly and steadily the price moves on, and if you're staked, you are earning hex, so that should not be bothering you. Like, so overall, i'm I'm still bullish on hex, but that's the problem. Like, I'm always bullish on hex. I That is why people call me a toxic hex maximalist. Other things worth noting, anything. Yeah. Mm, Let me see if there is anything. Uh, let me. Oh, I'm not sharing screen. Maybe it's a good thing. Wait. Uh, yeah. Mm, mm, uh, yeah, there is this parody of the highest of stakes that has been launched by a meme coin community. Not interested. Uh, like, I didn't even like the original highest of stakes, so I'm not going to watch the parody anyways. And good to see Tin Top. He's one of the Hexicans who is always there supporting all the uh, streamers, Hex streamers. I always see him on a lot of the streams that I watch. Other than that, anything. Yeah, a dormant Bitcoin wallet from 2011 just moved around 44 million worth of Bitcoin. The owner has held all the way from $2 to 65,000. Oh, nice. Mm, yeah, so what do you learn from this? Things don't happen overnight. It will take a lot of time. uh, like, people were only talking about 15 years, ordering or staking for 15 years. Now we are in year 5. We can see the true colors. Anyways, look, that is another thing I wanted to address. Like, I see a lot of, uh, you know, maybe I'm just projecting, but I'm seeing a lot of just negative content being posted, like calling out other streamers for doing this and that. But is it of any use? Like, there's no use crying over spilled milk. Yeah, it's always. Go to, yeah, you have to call out bad stuff when it happens, and immediately, like, don't wait for things to be in your favor, to be talking about. Hello, Ahmed Nabil. Thought we were starting at midnight. Oh, yeah, that happened by mistake. That's what happened when you are having different time zones on different devices. Like, my laptop is tuned to Indian Standard Time. My mobile is on Philippines Standard Time, and my watch is on UTC. So while setting up the stream, thought I was setting up for 10 p.m. Manila time, and I set it according to India time, so it went to 12:30. So long story short, yeah, sorry, that happens a lot of times. Uh, what else do we have here? What was I saying? Somebody, yeah, there is just a lot of negative things going on. Mm, should call out things as and when they know. And yes, but you have to be aware that, yeah, when you're calling out stuff, especially if you're an insider or assumed to be an insider, you are a whistleblower, and whistleblowers, we know what happens. We have already seen two whistleblowers for Boeing being unalived accidentally, uh, and one of them even mentioned that he's not suicidal. So yeah, everything, like, be aware. Like, in crypto, things can get messy. We have see, I think I have had shared it somewhere on a previous stream. There is a long list of people being like attacked for holding crypto, or saying bad, uh, saying things like, yeah, yeah. So when these large amounts of money are involved, you have to be careful regarding what you say and what not. You never know what will happen. But the thing that I'm most concerned with is, like, everybody says that they are doing this to bring adoption to pulse chain, but when you look at the charts, and e- like how many wallets have been created, or how many people have bridged in ETH or any other tokens onto pulse chain, minuscule. So everything that is being done is like Dariya mein khaskas is the Hindi saying, or which it literally translates to poppy seeds inside in the Darya is ocean or sea, either way, like, but a drop in the ocean. And when you compare to things with real world adoption, like, you come to know that how bad crypto is at onboarding. Because just yesterday I saw an ad for a video game uh, called Wuthering Waves, and it was announced couple of years ago, and they are launching now. um, and they have around, like, once they opened pre-registration or early access, within a day, they or within a week, they have around 30 million pre-registration. Of course, you can say, people are making multiple accounts, or there could be bots, but still 30 million. We don't even have that many total crypto users. Forget about Pulse chain. So I'm overall, I'm kind of disappointed in crypto adoption in general, and it's kind of like people still don't understand the necessity of crypto. It's like, yeah, and I guess it's because you can divide it into two categories, like the developed countries and the undeveloped countries. In the developed countries, yeah, there are many financial alternatives available, so they really don't have like the incentive to adopt crypto. And in the undeveloped or developing countries, they don't have the money to be adopting, or the use case to be adopting crypto. But slowly things are happening. We already know how things are changing, uh, especially now that we have a kind of a working model with Bitcoin adoption as legal tender with El Salvador. Things I don't really like. All we hear about El Salvador is through media, which I don't trust. I don't know if there are any people who are actually living there. So I uh, report about it. Overall, they are not. Uh, I don't think there is any real benefit from they have derived from adopting Bitcoin, but it will show up slowly, and slowly people are opening up to it. So that's one thing. Mm, but where was I? Uh, there is this video of update on Roger Ver. I don't know whether I should be playing it on this. Anyway, mm, last thing. mm, was looking at Richard Hart's last tweet. Uh, Homeland Security hosts a guide on how to sabotage a country. You might notice administrative state and its rules achieve much of the same results of paralyzing progress, but accidentally. To peer-to-peer solves this. Removing middlemen is great. Yeah. Then there is this Drake versus Kendrick Lamar going. I don't know. I haven't listened to any of their songs, both Drake and Kendrick, so I don't care about it. Other thing, same thing with the who's that? Tyson versus Logan Paul or Jake Paul or whoever. I don't know why people get hyped about these fixed celebrity matches. Like I don't know when people will learn. Uh, Anything else? Anything else? There is beef going on between. uh, two crypto influencers, you know, like cat fight, girl on girl action. Yeah, I always watch it from afar. I'm not going to. Yes. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say happy Cinco de Mayo to people who celebrated. I don't know, like uh, maybe there are very few Mexicans in my Twitter feed, or maybe it isn't celebrated as much in nowadays. I but yeah, Cinco de Mayo. I did have some tacos on that day to celebrate, and which is like uh, again I learned about shrinkflation. Like I usually take a photo of it or of what I eat outside. So I compare first. I when I saw it, I thought it's my imagination that the tacos are have shrunk, but yeah, I compared it to an older photo, and yeah, there is shrinkflation in the Philippines for sure. His name, yeah, Ahmed is saying crypto influencers never get along. Yeah, see, in general, humans can only get along as long as they benefit mutually. When there is the slightest competition for resources, and in case of crypto influencer, it is attention. But the other thing is, yeah, it's like no, it's a show altogether. Like you, um, in मराठी we say like तू मारल्यासारखं कर मी लागल्यासारखं करतो means you act as if you are hitting and I will act as if I'm getting hurt. It's kind of that thing going on in these are all fake beefs. Overall they are just striving for attention. They can't get along because they are busy shilling their own coins. Yeah, conflicts of interest. If you are in general, like what if you are selling one shilling one coin, by default you are not shilling another coin. So if you are not shilling their coin, you are going to be in their crosshairs, uh, which we also see in the Hex community. Mm, anything else? We talked about price action. We talked about pulsing. We talked about Richard Hart's tweets. Yeah, there aren't any new updates regarding the lawsuit. I think it has been postponed to October or something. The hearing. Uh, what else? Nothing else. But Mark Willing. Yes. Cuatro Cinco de Mayo. Yes. What is that? Is that lettuce hands rocket rocket rocket? Yeah, man. Like the lettuce hands are going to be lettuce hands. What can we do? Yeah. My hands are tied because everything is in stakes, and plus uh, what is not is in LP pools. So it's slowly accruing compounding yield. So I don't really care. And when you are things, the I would say the first rule regarding compounding interest is that you should not disturb it. Uh, so I'm not doing anything. What the past? month or so. I'm just sitting on the sideline watching. Just wait. Uh, Other than that, I was again this kind of delusional talk. Like I did have a kind of a weird dream regarding creation of Hexico, you know, and that is something I wanted to like. Maybe I haven't mentioned it. Like it was a kind of a lucid dream, and I didn't know that not all people are able to have lucid dreams. Now, lucid dream is when you are kind of aware that you are dreaming and you can uh, change the course or what is happening in the dream. Is at least that is the definition I have kind of heard. So I call it a lucid dream, and yeah, it was kind of a nice utopia where uh, we like the world had moved towards hydrogen based energy, and there are already talks regarding this. Like maybe that is what influenced my dream. Like they are working on blimps with uh, filled with hydrogen. Am I the same? Lucid dream happened to me before. It was amazing as you are in control. Yeah, man, it's amazing. And you know, most of the times, like I do, mm, usually I forget what I have dreamt, uh, which happens to most of the people. But yeah, it was like these they are already kind of designing these giant blimps with hydrogen filled. um, uh, so everything is based on hydrogen. We have energy abundance, and we are able to like the thing is you can tra- transport the hydrogen itself is used as fuel. Plus, when you can it also acts as a buoyancy agent, and you can at the destination you can draw because you can after dropping your payload from the blimp, you don't need add as much hydrogen on in the blimp, so you uh, shed that as well, and that hydrogen can be used to again convert it into electricity plus water. So kind of and that water is used to support hydroponic gardens, and those hydroponic gardens yield all your food, vegetables that are being used to feed other animals which you can eat. Plus of course with electricity you have. So it was kind of a utopia, and if yes, the hydrogen blimp is not a good idea. I remember Hindenburg. Uh, yes, but our we have technologically advanced a long way since then. Now we there is this kind of a honeycomb design for a blimp. So even if one with special fabric, self-healing fabric, and fire retardant fabric. So even if there is a rupture in somewhere or a gas leak, it will heal itself instead of the whole thing burning down. So yes, imagination. That is why it is a dream. Let you, and that is also kind of important. Like that's how ideas start merely as a dream, and then we can build upon it. But even if we don't have dreams and have, yeah, moving to a hydrogen based fuel source is slowly happening. Think like, who's that? JCB, which is the biggest manufacturer of large vehicles, or rather tractors and what cranes. Like they are heavily invested in hydrogen powered vehicles and hydrogen combustion engines, because yeah, they provide equivalent amount in power, plus they have like uh, cleaner output, mainly water plus. But the only problem is because hydrogen burns uh, higher temperature, there is higher rate of nitrogen dioxide generation, which they are trying to mitigate by kind of mixing in other flammable gases. Mainly, they're thinking about ammonia. So that we will see these things happening in our lifetime. And airship beyond the ice wall, good idea. Of course, if we find that there is an ice wall, or no, at least we'll finally come to know. But yeah, what I was saying before that was, yeah, if you saw the thumbnail of this video, like I generated it, and this is kind of what I was like expecting. Like I am like what you call, the word is technophile. I love technology, new stuff. Yeah. So I do believe in a techno utopia that will happen. And so, man, there is, I have to share that. This this one made me laugh. Wait a minute. Uh, I like this meme. We are we are making a new stable coin backed by stupidity because there is such abundance of it. Oh my god! But before that, yeah, the AI, it sometimes AI really captures what you want to be represented. Rather, the AI image generator like generates exactly what you want. Maybe it's kind of amazing. And in terms of like what things are happening, if you haven't the Unreal 5, uh, is it 5.3 or something, the Unreal Engine for game development showcased their latest technology, and it's amazing. Plus, of course, OpenAI Sora is working on creating AI generated videos, plus the next generation of a large language model. Facebook released their latest one, Llama 3. Uh, Chat GPT is, I think they are still to release their Chat GPT 4 Turbo, which we may see a few days. But yeah, these things happening, I like it. Yeah, but along the way, we may see some stupid inventions, but these are kind of necessary, I guess, to know what we don't want. Like recently, there was a huge backlash regarding an AI uh, i- device, the human AI pin. Personally, I liked the concept of it. It's a pin that you can put on your shirt, and it projects a screen onto your hand and takes in voice commands. Like it even looks very aesthetic. But only problem, 700. I'm not paying $700 for it. Plus, it comes with a subscription fee, which I hate. So, but concept wise, I really liked the idea. But there was a huge backlash against it, because on one side, the techno influencers, these unboxing experts, they started criticizing it, which I wonder, like it won't surprise me, or I don't think it will be too far fetched of a, a conspiracy that Apple might have paid them for negative reviews, even though, look at Apple, Apple's own VR set. That I think by now everybody should accept that it was a failure. Yeah, people did buy it, but most of them got tired of it very quickly, because there are very few things you can actually do on it. Plus, uh, it gives you wonky eyes, is what I've heard. That is, it causes ocular exhaustion, I would say. Like, so if you wear it for too long, your eyes start hurting, plus you are more likely to get a headache and dizziness. So, yeah, Apple's stupidity is great, but other people's inventions are always ridiculous. So, mm, that was me just ranting off. Other than that, yeah, these experiments will go on, is what I wanted to say. And the we are seeing this thing happening in crypto as well. Yeah, a lot of experiments. Like crypto itself is a social experiment, in my uh, opinion. But yeah, so many protocols being launched as experiments failing. Yeah, it's part of the process. Anything, anything else you like guys wanted to talk about? Yeah, because we talked about video games earlier, there is current backlash regarding the two games. Mainly, one was regarding Helldivers 2. They tried to retroactively implement something so they Helldivers 2 game tried to make it mandatory for its players to have a PlayStation Network license, and there is a huge backlash regarding it from the users because many of the countries that have don't even have PlayStation Network access. So of course, EU users benefited from it. Like they immediately started getting refunds for their uh, games, and immediately Sony kind of reverted that decision, or rather, Helldivers have reverted that decision. But so this is how things are. If we are united together, then we can make these corporations do what we want them to. Yeah, yeah. Philippines was affected as they don't have PlayStation Network. Yeah, and the, there was that is why I kind of brought it up. Ah, but and I think like Philippines has the largest community of gamers in general, and we already know in terms of crypto games as well. Like Philippines is amongst the leading adopters for Axie Infinity were, and now wonder why there is no PlayStation Network. The thing is, I think it is because of some financial sanctions that have been put on the Philippines. It is still under the FAFTA rule, I think. Like there are certain restrictions, but again, still people still consider Philippines as a third world country, so maybe they don't have like the incentive to uh, mm, enable PlayStation network in the Philippines. No, I don't know why, but that's one thing. The other PlayStation game, of course, we that is in discussion was Stellar Blade, and if you haven't watched its like videos, good for you. But yeah, basically the female character or female lead in that video game Stellar Blade, known as Eve, they have made her really sexy, and I let me see if I can bring up her photo. Wait a second. What is this? Eve. Sometimes I hate Google. Like, uh, wait a minute. Now, now this is partly due to like I wanted to. It's kind of clickbait material, but yeah. So if you can see, so of course, like all the Western, uh, what we call video game reviews have been negative or criticizing that, oh, they are setting unrealistic beauty standards, and whereas like when you compare it to what is used in Western games, like there is no comparison. And the real fun started when they show the this is the model that actually did the model what you call, stop sharing this, the model that who does the motion capture for the video. She looks very much like the uh, in-game model. So then there has been a lot of controversy. But again, I feel that it is kind of like creating hype for the game. But yeah, uh, yeah, they, yeah. So that is what is happening. But they don't understand that gamers live in a fantasy world, and we like good-looking, beautiful ladies instead of muscular ladies with green hair. Yes, exactly, man. Like, you know, this thing, like if you follow gamers or game reviewers, there has been this huge divide, and it is finally like it's coming out that Western gamers are, or rather gaming companies are implementing what is called DEI, DEI. Uh, what is that? Diversity E for something, and inclusion. So they are trying to get, put in their woke agenda into video games, which no gamer wants, and that is why when like plus like Asian games and gaming in general culture is different, so they don't understand it at all. But, oh, it's up to like yeah. See, if you like those muscular purple hair ladies, good for you. Like, but don't expect me to accept them. That's the thing I wanted to get. Oh my god. Uh, we have an update from Hex Alerts. Like, there have been two major stakes for three major stakes, like 1 million plus hex staked for one for 3,365 days and one for 4,095 days, 125 T shares and 96 T shares. So yeah, and one 600,000 uh, hex staked for Quattro Cinco for 55 4 T shares. So yep, people are there are a few stupid people who still believe in hex like me. So I feel good about it. And there is this something I wanted to say, like like what was that I wanted to say? Yeah, there. I heard someone say like, yeah, if you are just talking to hexicans, you are being in an echo chamber. It's not useful. You should be doing outreach. Yes, outreach is a one part of it, but this kind of core hexican meetings together have a different thing. Like first, yeah, first thing that this does is like, yeah, there is a sense of community. Plus, like yeah, it does feel like you are. It helps you understand that you are not alone. So that's good thing. Plus, if you are having like, you can have discussions regarding how what are good ways to onboard people, common security practices, etc. Like, plus, like when there is this saying like, if you sh- share your sadness, then it gets divided. When you share your happiness, it multiplies. So being in this close group, yeah, it is helpful in that way as well, because only if you are in hex you will understand the pains and rather the trials and tribulations of a hexagon. So all good. Plus, last week we instead we were going to do a Hex Guild live stream, but we decided to have a Telegram group chat instead, voice chat instead, which for me 3 a.m. Chats are how you find out like who your true friends are. Like, yeah, so it was kind of because there were only a few people talking, like we shared a couple of secrets we can't discuss, and not regarding any hex tokens or anything, completely different, but it felt like yeah, your connections with the community kind of strengthen in that way. This is why I kind of have these live streams, and it does help. At least I feel kind of yes, I'm not alone. It gives me motivations to continue. Actually, I was going to do a recorded video this week, but like I said, my laptop is again started to act weird. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, guild chat. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's yeah, we at least because most of the members are from the US and EU. That's it's very difficult for people to in the Asian time zone to join. That is why we do this in at this time uh, every week, so we can cover people from various time zones. Yeah. Uh, when will you be visiting Singapore? I don't know. I I will be having trouble getting visa. I will have to go. I first have to go back to India, then get. There are other paperwork I have to do. So I hope I can get visit in. I don't think I will be able to do it this year, but hopefully, if things go right, 2025, I'll be there. Mm, yeah, because speaking of dreams, like that, I used to have this dream. Look, I don't know whether you have seen this movie called Up in the Air by the I don't know who the director is, but George Clooney. It's regarding the recession days, but the finance kind of related to the financial crisis. But George Clooney, he is a kind of is an author, and he is giving world tours on a world tour every day. Like that is what I kind of dreamt of one day I will be doing. Like just traveling the world, talking about my points of view regarding the world. I think if you are there is a special visa that is available if you are on a book tour or an author speaking. Maybe I will do that. Because now with chat gpt and all these large language models available, it is even easier to write a book. It what can could have would have taken months now can be done in weeks. So maybe I will. So long, I hope to see you. vis- I hope to visit Singapore in 2025, or maybe I will be there for a layover. But if I'm on a layover, I won't be able to like go out of the airport. But still, I think that I can if I time my flights correctly, I can do a mini tour of Singapore that is available for visitors. So let's see. I have so many places to visit. That's what I will maybe end this live stream with. Yeah, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep. Maybe I will visit you next year when I visit my in-laws next year. I'm uh, my in-laws in the Philippines or in India. Anyways, if you, of course, i- if you are, if I'm in India and you are visiting, yes, my house is always open. Like, yeah, we don't, oh, the Philippines. Yeah, hopefully, if I'm still here in the Philippines, then yes, we can go on. I can show you around. Uh, I have like taken so many tours that yeah, I am kind of an unofficial tour guide, and I have done that, played the part of tour guide for a few of my friends who have visited me. So yeah, I always like company. Anyways, we have reached the 1 hour mark. Time flies so quickly. Hopefully, I will be able to join you guys same time next week. Till then, take care. And for if you are in Hex,
Stake it and go.
so bye bye.